and design and analysis of algorithms. From today, we'll discuss module 4. Module 4 is dynamic programming concepts. In that first problem, we'll discuss is knapsack problem. Let us discuss what is a dynamic programming. Dynamic programming is a technique for solving problems with overlapping subproblems. Overlapping subproblems means, for example, if a problem depends on recurrence relation, for example, if that is the case, we can solve it using dynamic programming. These subproblems arise from a recurrence relating solution to a given problem with solution to its smaller subproblems of the same type. So here, when you divide the problem into subproblems, all the subproblems will be of same type. All the subproblems will be of same type, and when you are going to solve all these subproblems, when you notice that many subproblems are getting same solution, instead of solving the same problem, same subproblem again and again, what we can do is we can save it in a table. We can create a dynamic programming table. We can save the values in a table and we can utilize that value instead of solving it again and again. That is the concept of dynamic programming. Okay. Rather than solving overlapping subproblems again and again, dynamic programming suggests solving each of the smaller subproblems only once and recording the result in a table from which we can obtain the solution to the original problem. Let us see how this dynamic programming works with knapsack problem. The knapsack problem, we know that in the knapsack problem, with the greedy method we have discussed. So we'll be having n number of objects, and for each object or each item will be having its own weight and its profit. That is, when we put it into the knapsack or in the bag, will earn the profit of the item. Okay, we have seen that. So here the concept is to, or the aim is to find the most valuable subset of the items given which can fit into the knapsack, right? So we have discussed that with the greedy method. In the greedy method, fraction of the item can be added. For example, half of the item, quarter of the item, okay, that is 2/3 of the item. Like this, we can add fraction of item. For example, if we have 10 kgs of something, if the capacity of the knapsack is only 8 kg, instead of, if we can't put all the 10 kgs into the knapsack, what we can do, out of 10 kgs we can put 8 kgs into the knapsack, because the capacity of the knapsack is 8 kg, right? So fraction of item can be added. But in dynamic programming, it is 0 or 1 knapsack. Okay, for the dynamic programming, it is called as 0 or 1 knapsack. 0 or 1 knapsack means either you have to put the entire item into the knapsack or you have to exclude it. Okay, you have to put the entire item into the knapsack or you have to exclude it. For example, if you have space to fill a toy, fill that toy. You can't break the toy and fill it. It is not possible, right? Can you do that? It is not possible, right? So you have to keep the entire toy into the knapsack, or you can exclude that. Don't put it into the knapsack. Okay, so it is 0 or 1. 0 means you are excluding, you are not adding it to the knapsack. 1 means you are adding it into the knapsack. Okay, here we are not going to add half of the item, 1/3 of the item, like that. Okay, it is not greedy knapsack problem, it is dynamic knapsack problem. In this, it is also called a 0 or 1 knapsack. 0 or 1 knapsack means either we have to add it completely or we have to exclude it completely. Okay, so again, to design dynamic programming algorithm for the knapsack problem, will be having n items that is given, which is having its own weights W1 to Wn and values V1 to Vn and a knapsack capacity W, capital W. Okay, find the most valuable subset of the items that fit into the knapsack. So here we assume that all the weights and the capacity of the knapsack are positive values, positive integers. Okay, so this is the recurrence relation which we are going to use for the knapsack problem. F of ij is equal to maximum of f of I minus 1 comma j comma vi plus f of I minus 1 comma j minus wi, where j minus wi must be greater than or equal to 0. Okay, that means the ith item which you are going to add it into the knapsack, j is the capacity of the knapsack. Okay, j is the capacity of the knapsack or remaining capacity of the knapsack, the small j whatever we have, that is the remaining capacity of the knapsack, and I is the ith item. Okay, I is the ith item, wi means weight of ith item. So if the capacity of the knapsack is equal to weight of the ith item, okay, or weight of the ith item is less than the capacity of the knapsack, then only you can add it into the knapsack. For example, we have 10 kg capacity for the knapsack and I have an item with 8 kg. So 8 is less than 10, right? 8 is less than 10. That means you can add it into the knapsack. So j minus wi must be greater than or equal to 0. If it is 10 kg also I can add, because capacity of the knapsack is equal to 10. Okay, so when you perform 10 minus 8, it will be 2. 2 is greater than or equal to 0. 10 minus 10, which is equal to 0. 0 equal to 0, right? So that means you can add that particular item into the knapsack. So that is the condition. Okay, you can add the capacity, you can add that particular ith item into the knapsack, that is maximum of f of I minus 1j, that is previously added items, or vi plus f of I minus 1 comma j minus wi, that is the new item, ith item you are going to add. This vi plus f of I minus 1 comma j minus wi, that is the profit after adding ith item. Okay, that is the profit after adding ith item, and f of I minus 1 comma j, it is the profit previously earned. Okay, so if the condition is not true, that is you have 11 kg item and you cannot put that into the knapsack as the capacity of the knapsack is 10 kg. If it is 11 kg, then you have to exclude that item, keep the previous value as it is. So f of ij is equal to f of I minus 1 comma j. Okay, if j minus wi is less than 0. Okay, if you get negative value when you get the difference between these two, then it will be the previous value, f of I minus 1 comma j. Okay, and initial values for the dynamic programming table, we need this, that is first row and first column will be 0. F of 0 comma j is equal to 0, that is 0 comma j means first column. Okay, sorry, first row. 0 comma j means first row. 0 1 0 2 0 3 0 4, okay, first row, and f of I0, f of I0 first column, first row and first column value will be 0, because we need some previous values also, right? F of I minus 1 we have here, right? So we need previous value also. So for that, if we don't use 0, it will take some junk values from the memory of the computer, right? So we have to take first row and first column as zeros. So this is the structure for the dynamic programming table for solving the knapsack problem. So number of rows is equal to n plus 1 and number of columns is equal to w plus 1. W is capacity of the knapsack, because 0th column and 0th row will be zeros. Okay, that is the reason n plus 1 number of rows and n w plus 1 number of columns. Okay, and in this last row and last column will get the answer. Okay, we'll get the actual profit. Okay, last row and last column. This last row and last column, this value is the goal. Okay, that will give you the actual answer. Okay, let us consider the example. We have 4 items here, and weight of each item is given 2132, and value of each item is given $12, $10, $12, $10, $20, and $50. And capacity of the knapsack W is equal to 5. Capital W, it is equal to 5. Okay. So this is the a recurrence relation for solving the knapsack problem. And we know that first row and first column will be equal to 0, right? First row and first column will be equal to 0. So first row and first column, it will be equal to 0. So you can notice that capacity of the knapsack is equal to 5. So it is up from 0 to 5, 6 columns. And we have 4 rows. We have, sorry, 5 rows. That is number of items plus 1. 0 to 4, 5 rows we have. Okay, so according to the problem, let us get the value for f of 1 comma 1. Okay, the table which you can see, it represents the capital letter F. Okay, now we are going to find the value for f of 1 1, first row and first column. Okay, first row and first column, which is equal to maximum of, apply the formula here. You have formula in the beginning of this slide. So maximum of f of I minus 1, I value is 1 here, 1 minus 1 is 0, 0 comma j value is 1, okay, 0 comma 1 comma vi. You are trying to add the first item. Vi is, I value is 1, right? So v1, what is v1? Value of the first item, it is equal to 12. So 12 plus f of I minus 1, 1 minus 1, 0, comma 1 minus 2. What is 1 minus 2 here? 1 minus 2, you are getting it as minus 1. So we don't have the value 0 comma minus 1 in the table, right? It's a negative indexing. So you have to skip that. So keep the previous value as it is. F of 0 comma 1 is equal to 0, right? What is f of 0 comma 1? 0 comma 1 is 0. So write that value for 1 also. Okay, so keep the previous value 0 1 here. Okay, so this is also 0. I hope you understood. Okay, then let us go for the next one, f of 1 comma 2. Okay, in the, so first row second value now, first row second value, actually third value. Okay, so f of 1 comma 2, which is equal to maximum of f of 0 comma 2, I minus 1, 1 minus 1, 0, 0 comma 2 comma first item value, that is ith item, it is first item, so it is 12. 12 plus f of 0 comma 2 minus 2. 2 minus 2 is 0, right? F of 0 0 is there. What is 0 0? 0 0 value is 0. So 12 plus 0 is equal to 0. Maximum of 0 comma 12. What is f of 0 2? 0 2 is also 0. And f of 0 0 is also 0. So 0 comma 12 plus 0, which is equal to 12. Maximum among these two, it is equal to 12. So that will be the value for f of 1 comma 2. Okay, then f of 1 comma 3. For f of 1 comma 3, maximum of f of 0 comma 3 comma first item value is 12. 12 plus f of 0 comma 3 minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. F of 0 1. 0 1 is 0. So maximum of 0 comma 12, which is equal to 12. Okay, similarly for f of 1 comma 4, maximum of f of 0 comma 4 comma 12 plus f of 0 comma 4 minus 2, which is equal to, what is 4 minus 2? It is equal to 0. F of 0 and 2. 0 2 is 0. So 12 plus 0 is 0. So sorry, 12 plus 0 is 12. Maximum of 0 comma 12, which is equal to 12. For similarly for f of 1 comma 5, we are getting the value 12. Okay, so this is the first row value, that is 0th row is 0, 0th column is 0, and first row we have got 0, 12, 12, 12 and 12. Okay, so let us go for the next row now. For the next row, f of 2 comma 1 is equal to maximum of f of 1 comma 1. 1 comma 1 is 0. 1 comma 1 is 0 comma second item I value is 2 now. Okay, value of I is 2, j is 1. Okay, value of I is 2 and j is 1. So we have f of 1 comma 0. Okay, f of 1 comma 0. 1 comma 0 is 0. So 10 plus this 0 is 10. Among 0 and 10, 10 is maximum. So assign 10 to f of 2 comma 1. So f of 2 comma 1, second row, first column, it is equal to 10. Then f of 2 comma 2, which is equal to maximum of f of 1 comma 2 maximum of f of 1 comma 2 comma 10 plus f of 1 comma 2 minus 1, which is equal to f of 1 comma 1, right? F of 1 comma 1 for f of 1 comma 1 we have the value 10, right? So here, sorry, yes, f of 1 comma 1 we have the value 0. So 10 plus 0, which is equal to 10. Maximum of 12 comma 10 is equal to 12. So that is the value for f of 2 comma 2. Similarly, for 2 comma 3, we are getting the answer as 22. That is maximum of f of 1 comma 3, which is the value 12, comma 10 plus f of 1 minus 3 minus 1 is 2. 1 minus 2 is 12. So 10 plus 12, it is equal to 22. Maximum among these two is equal to 22. For 2 comma 4 also we are getting 22, and for f of 2 comma 5 we are getting 22. So that is the value for second row. Okay, 10, 12, 22, 22 and 22. Then for third row we have to use the previous row, second row. Okay, so f of 3 comma 1 is equal to maximum of f of 2 comma 1 comma 20 plus f of 2 comma 1 minus 3. So here again we are getting negative indexing, minus 2 we are getting, so don't use that. In the next for the next value also we are getting negative indexing, that is f of 3 comma 2 is equal to maximum of 2 comma 2 comma 20 plus f of 2 comma minus 1 we are getting. So we don't have negative indexing here, so skip that also. So go for f of 3 comma 3, which is equal to maximum of f of 2 comma 3, which is equal to 22 comma 20. 20 is the value or profit of the third item, value of the third item. So 20 plus f of 2 comma 0. F of 2 comma 0 is 0. So among 22 and 20, the maximum value is 22. So f of 3 comma 3 will be equal to 22. Similarly, for f of 3 comma 4, maximum of f of 2 comma 4 comma 20 plus f of 2 comma 4 minus 1, which is equal to 3. 2 comma for 20 plus 2 comma 2 comma 1, which is equal to 10. 2 1. Second row and first column, which is equal to 10. So 20 plus 10, which is equal to 30. So maximum of 22 and 30, it is equal to 20. That will be the value for f of 3 comma 4. Similarly, for f of 3 comma 5, we are getting f of 2 comma 5 is 22, and 20 plus f of 2 comma 2, it is equal to 12. So 20 plus 12, which is equal to 32. We have two values here, 22 and 32. Maximum is 32. That will be assigned to it. So that will be the third row. So for the third row, 3 1 is 10, 3 2 12, 3 3 22, 3 4 30, and 3 5, which is equal to 32. Okay, let us check for the fourth row. For the fourth row, f of 4 comma 1, maximum of f of 3 comma 1. So that is I minus 1. I value is 4 here. 4 minus 1, which is equal to 3. 3 comma j value is 1. So again we are getting negative indexing here. 3 comma minus 1 we are getting. So skip that. So go for the next value. So keep the previous value as it is. So f of 3 comma 1. What is f of 3 comma 1? That is equal to 10. That will be assigned to f of 4 comma 1. And then f of 4 comma 2 is equal to f of 3 comma 2, which is equal to 12. And fourth item value is 15. 15 plus f of 3 comma 0. 3 comma 0 is 0. So among 12 and 15, the maximum value is 15. That will be assigned to f of 4 comma 2. Then for f of 4 comma 3, we have f of 3 comma 3 comma 15 plus f of 3 comma 1, which is equal to maximum of 22 comma 15 plus 10, which is equal to 25. So maximum value is 25. That will be assigned to f of 4 comma 3. Similarly, for f of 4 comma 4, we have f of 3 comma 4, which is equal to 30, and 15 plus f of 3 comma 2, which is equal to 12. So 15 plus 12, which is equal to 27 here. Among 30 and 27, 30 is the maximum value. That will be assigned to f of 4 comma 4, and then for f of 4 comma 5 we have maximum of f of 3 comma 5, which is equal to 32, comma f 15 plus 3 comma f of 3 comma 3 comma 3 is 22. 15 plus 22 is 37. Among 32 and 37 is the maximum value that will be assigned to the value f of 4 comma 5. Okay, so this is the final table for knapsack problem using dynamic programming. So here maximum profit assigned will be 37. So let us see now, using this table we have to check which item is included into the knapsack, right? So by solving these problem using just recurrence relation, we are not able to find out which element is included into the knapsack, right? We have to check that also. So let us see that. So this is the dynamic programming table which we have got, and 37 is the solution. Okay, 37 is the maximum profit earned here. Let us check which items are included into the knapsack. So the maximum value is f of 4 comma 5, that is $37, that is present in 4th row and 5th column. We can find the composition of an optimal subset by back tracing the computations of this entry in the table. Okay, we have to back trace this. Okay, since 4 comma 5 and 3 comma 5. Okay, see here, this is 4 comma 5, this is 3 comma 5. Compare these two. F of 4 comma 5 is greater than f of 3 comma 5. Right? These two values are not equal. If these two values are equal, don't include 4th item into the knapsack. Since these two values are not equal and 4th item is greater than, the value of 4 comma 5 is greater than value of 3 comma 5, right? 37 is greater than 32. So item 4 is included into the knapsack. Okay, item 4 included into the knapsack. So item 4 is included. Okay, I'll just mark it. Item 4 is included. Then remaining capacity of the knapsack. What is the remaining capacity of the knapsack? So capacity of the knapsack is equal to 5. 5 minus 2. The weight of 4th item is equal to 2. Remaining capacity is equal to 3. Okay. Remaining capacity is equal to 3. 3 units of the knapsack is remaining. So let us check the next value. So the value of the latter is f of 3 comma 3. Right? So capacity of the knapsack remaining is 3, right? What is the capacity of the knapsack remaining? It is 3. Right? It is 3. So check f of 3, 3 and f of 2, 3. I hope you are getting. 3 is the third item. Okay, first 3. F of 3, 3. First 3 is the item number. And second 3 is the remaining capacity of the knapsack. So remaining capacity of the knapsack is 3 and 4th item is already included in the knapsack. 4th item is already included in the knapsack. So skip that. Okay. So check with the third item and the remaining capacity. What is third item? 3, 3. 3, 3 is 22. And what is 2, 3? Previous item. 2, 3 is also 22. So these two are equal. These two are equal. That means item 3 is not included into the knapsack. Okay, item 3 is not in the knapsack. I hope you are getting. Since these two values are equal, item 3 is not included in the knapsack. Okay, then still we have remaining capacity of the knapsack is equal to 3. Now compare 2, 3 with 1, 3. Okay. Now compare 2, 3 with 1, 3. Compare 2, 3. That is these two you compare. Here the values are not equal and the value of 2, 3 is greater than f of 1, 3. So second item is included into the knapsack. Okay, second item, it is included into the knapsack. I hope you're getting. So second item is included into the knapsack. So when we add the second item into the knapsack, what is the weight of that? It is 1. Remaining capacity was 3. 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2 now. Item 2 is a part of an optimal selection, which leaves the element f of 1 comma 3 minus 1 to specify to its remaining composition. So we have left with 1 comma 3 minus 1, right? So compare 1 comma 2 with 0 comma 2. Okay, we have capacity remaining is, we have added fourth item and second item into the knapsack. So 5 minus 3. Okay, 5 minus 3, which is equal to 2. So 1 comma 2 and 0 comma 2 will be compared. 1 comma 2 and 0 comma 2 will be compared. So what is 1 comma 2? It is 12. What is 0 comma 2? It is 0. Again, these two are not equal, and f of 1 comma 2 is greater than f of 0 comma 2. So item 1 is included in the knapsack. So final solution, optimal solution is item 1, item 2 and item 3. Item 1, item 2 and item 3. So add these values. 10 plus 12, 22, 22 plus 15, which is equal to 37. That is the maximum value, maximum profit we have earned from this problem. Okay, I hope you understood this concept. If you have any doubts, you can ask me.